you have a photo out there that I don't know if it's well known, but at least in our circles, like we love it. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's your lightning photo.
Yep.
Can you give us some tips on how to get better lightning photos? Because that one's stellar.
It's such a man. I love capturing lightning, and I think the reason is because it's not a type of photo that I would say you can master. It's all about chance, but there are ways to increase your chances. Being patient being a big one, and giving yourself the opportunities to get those photos. So anytime there's a storm, especially while I was living in Jackson, I would always go out. I just take my camera out. It doesn't even have to be a crazy super location, because I have lots of lightning photos from places that are just not really that exciting. But if you get into the practice of putting your camera into what it needs to be, really fast, and seizing those moments, it makes it so much easier for you to grab those opportunities when they present themselves.
Yeah. Now that one photo I'm thinking of,
Mm-hmm.
the one where you're standing on a cliff with lightning in the background.
Sure.
Tell us about the story behind that one.
Okay. That one is I wasn't even trying to shoot for lightning that day. That was just...
It's an epic photo.
It's just literally pure luck. Basically, I woke up early that morning on accident. I didn't have an alarm set or anything, but I woke up at 5 a.m. And when I wake up, I usually can't fall back asleep. So I was I'm just going to go on a hike, take my camera with me, whatever, we'll get something cool maybe. So I went and hiked up the Y hike in Provo, Utah. And there's a little spot you can continue the hike to this place called Eagle Pass. And there's a rock outcropping up there. I was oh, it would look pretty cool. And it was cloudy, but it wasn't stormy yet. And I was this would be a cool moody shot if I set up my tripod on the hill and I go stand on the rock, and it'd just be kind of a cool, epic adventure shot, I guess. And so I put up my camera on the tripod. I set it to intervalometer mode, so I was going to take I think 30 photos with a 2-second interval in between each photo. And I went and I just got on that rock, and I was just walking around. And then this kind of storm moves in, and it starts to kind of flurry snow, and there's a little bit of hail. And then while I was walking around up there, I suddenly hear this thunder clap behind me. And it didn't feel like it was crazy close or anything, but I was okay, I should probably get off the top of this mountain now. And so I went, packed up my camera, and bear in mind that what I was shooting at, my settings were 1/250th of a second was my shutter speed. I think I was shooting at f4, and my ISO was 800, I think, because it was dark. And so I packed up my camera. I didn't even look at the photos. I just packed up my camera because I'm trying to get off this mountain. And while I was packing it, started to hail on me, some serious hail. And so I ran down the mountain, got into my car, went back to my apartment, loading the photos in, not really expecting anything, looking through the photos, and on the 7th or 8th one or something, there's a bolt of lightning in the background of the shot. And I was there's no way that happened, because when you shoot lightning, typically, for those of you that don't know, you like to have your shutter open for a while. You do a long exposure typically. And 1/250th of a second is no long exposure. That's super fast. And for the lightning to have happened at the exact same, not even second, millisecond that my camera shutter went off is crazy. And so it's the luckiest photo I'll ever take, probably. So yeah, I edited it up, made a TikTok about it, put it on my Instagram, and it's still my most liked photo, and the engagement was crazy.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
It's one of the most epic photos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But I think in a way, and it's fun to hear you talk about it like that, because you admit it's luck.
Yeah.
It's just a chance timing.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get your comment on something that me and Chandler have talked a little bit, because it feeds right into this. And that is that while you do have to obviously know how to use a camera to get great photos, in the store, you know how to use a camera, but so much of your ability or to become a great photographer is simply by going out.
Yes.
And finding spots and just being there and having a chance sky or a chance lightning bolt. It's it's not about your technical skill. It's about just giving yourself opportunities.
Yes, but you have to have that technical skill
You do.
too. So it's a combination of both those things. Like you have to have the technical skill, especially if you're able to work quickly with your camera. That can help so much because you might have conditions that are going to be gone in like a minute, and you have to take advantage of that. But it really is, it's giving Mother Earth the opportunity to present you with something like a lightning bolt or a fantastic sunset or something. And so you have to be out like all the time. I mean, you don't have to be out all the time, but giving more opportunities is definitely going to increase
But
your
it's like,
chances.
if you go somewhere once, it's like, yeah, you might get a photo.
Sure.
But if you go a second time, or maybe even have to go 7 times to a place, that's when you get that crazy sky.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you get the lightning bolt through your frame.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's interesting because we look at a lot of people out there and we say, oh, they're a phenomenal photographer. But a lot of what we're like complimenting them on is not so much their skill to simply take the photo, but it's the conditions that they had, and it's the fact that they were just there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge. And a lot of those like big name photographers, they just have more freedom over their life to go get more opportunities to get those things.